Wagwan, wagwan. Greetings, guys. Do you ever feel like with the more you work towards your goals, the further it gets away from you? It's frustrating. It feels like I'm running in mud, and instead of moving forward, I'm sinking deeper. I find that I feel like this more when I focus on where I want to be rather than where I am right now. When I focus on what I want to have rather than what I have already, and when I focus more on the end product rather than on the process of creating. You know, essentially, I'm setting myself up for disappointment. So I started documenting to help me focus on my present and all its blessings, being grateful for what I am, where I am, and what I have, documenting my progress and all my life endeavors, holding myself accountable as I share my stories. I look forward to your criticism and contradictions, which will challenge me, obliging me to improve. I'm also learning from my past self. When I watch these videos a year from now, I must be seeing a steady progression in my narrative, sharing my ideas and moments of enlightenment, getting feedback from you guys on how you are dealing with your working process. Together, we can mutually find a cheat code, to this increasingly complex life. Last but not least, I'm writing and documenting and taking pictures and recording to immortalize my personal legend. Shout out to Paulo Coelho. So my first attempt at like publishing and documenting was actually in writing on my Tumblr page. But after listening to this guy called Gary Vaynerchuk on YouTube, I decided to move over to Facebook. Gary is an energetic, hustling maniac. He believes that social media is the new TV, radio, newspaper, you name it. So if you're pushing content, this is where it must be. So initially on Facebook, I actually wanted to write to make it a long post, but then after seeing it, Facebook is just videos and pictures now. I doubt any of you would have even had the time to even read this long post if I'd put it in words. So I figured, why not? Let's just make it a video. Yeah. So this Gary Vaynerchuk guy, he speaks a great deal on self-awareness, stressing on how you must know yourself intimately. What are you good at? What do you like? What would you love doing every single day of your life if given the chance? From this, one can start painting a picture of the ideal future, what it looks like, who you are, where you are, and where you want to go. Once you have this, it's easier for you now to once you know where you want to go, you can now paint a picture in and try and reverse engineer it, so to say. That means, okay, maybe in 6 years, this is where I would like to be. This is what it looks like. This is who I'm with in 6 years. So now you can ask yourself, okay, in 5 years, what must I have achieved and accomplished? In 4 years, what must I have achieved and accomplished? 3 years, 2 years, 1 year, working backwards like that. Then at least you've got like milestones to reach to see if you're if you're on the right track. But of course, like everything, it's easier said than done. This other gentleman by the name of James Clear believes that it's something to do with Murphy's Law. You might be familiar with it. Anything that can go wrong will go wrong. And he writes about this in his article called this is James Clear, in his article called Entropy: Why Life Always Seems to Get More Complicated. I learned about this. James sends me newsletters on my emails, and I enjoy reading them. This is saying a lot because I actually hate newsletters so much. And I unsubscribe anyone who tries to send me any. But I won't like Jimmy's content is relative and it's relevant and it's cool. It's really easy to read. Yeah. So yeah, this is just what I wanted to share with you guys. Thoughts, comments, will really be good to hear your feedback and see how you guys are hanging on, this life thing. I'm reading a lot of my peers, it's adulting isn't that easy, but hey man, we gotta do it. We all have dreams, we all have something we want to achieve. So yeah man, let's just see how you guys are doing it. What routines are you taking, habits you guys would recommend? It'll be pretty cool. Anyway, don't be too hard on yourself. even when things are falling apart, it's actually a miracle that you are here today in the first place, that you've made it this far. So yeah, have a good day, guys. Peace.